Yo, what up, Street Talks? There, Kim. So, some thoughts. So, a lot of people ask the question, what is the purpose of life? Now, this is something I've philosophized for a long time, and this is just my take. There's no ultimate purpose in life. Your own purpose is self-dictated by you. And so the way I see it is, the universe, the world, whatever, it's all chaos, it's all randomness and chance. There are no conspiracy theories. To Nassim Taleb's point, people's is too stupid to even pull off a conspiracy theory, even if they wanted to. Like, there'd be some idiot who spilled beans. But anyways, so there's no Illuminati, no New World Order, blah blah. And you know, certainly there's some people who are crooked, who are trying to make a extra buck here and there, but I mean, c'est la vie, right? That's life. So what I mean to espouse is knowing that in life, you know, assuming that you don't believe in a life after death and stuff like that, what that means is when you're dead, your soul is also dead. I don't believe in an immortal soul, I believe in a mortal soul. So once you're done, lights out, okay? Cool. So assuming that's the case, it seems that, to me, it's the ultimate liberating, optimistic thought, because then what that means is everything is allowed, everything is permitted. And you could do anything you want to do and whatever. Certainly you have to deal with some consequences, right? So if you want to become a baby eater, you know, I mean, there's nothing in embodied reality that'll prevent you from eating babies. However, if you're caught, you know, they should definitely give you the chair. So what I mean to say is there is no ultimate morals or ethical facts. I'm much more in favor of Nietzsche's philosophy than Immanuel Kant's philosophy. Immanuel Kant's philosophy is essentially the gist of the categorical imperative is act as if the way you acted was universal to all humankind. Now, the reason why that's a really bad philosophy is that your own thoughts and your own experiences are individual to you, and they should not be made universal. So for example, Eric Kim, as a carnivore, I like to eat 5 pounds of meat a day, right? But would I want to superimpose my meat eating habits on my vegan friends? No, that's preposterous, right? And so we need more dynamic and more robust ethics and morality, which certainly, you know, you don't want to break the law. And also, you don't want to tyrannize your morals and ethics upon others, because that's the big problem, is that everyone thinks that their morality and ethics is supreme and everyone else should do as they do. And this is where, you know, religion gets kind of a little bit tricky, at least in America, right? We have the freedom of expression of religion, even here in Providence, Rhode Island. I think Roger Williams, or George Williams, whatever, he founded Providence, Rhode Island in order to allow for greater religious freedoms. I think he was being persecuted by people in Boston or something, so he created his own colony here. I'm not 100% sure about the history, but so certainly what I'm encouraging is a society with more mutual tolerance, a society that's less violent, less militant, and also just kind of realizing that your own personal values and virtues are yours. So a very simple idea to the purpose of life is thinking that making art, making philosophy is the supreme metaphysical activity in life, which means, you know, you're alive, you're watching this video, you're alive, and let's assume there's no life after death, or, you know, once you're dead, your soul dies with you. Then that means you could do anything you want. And for me, I get the greatest joy when I'm talking to people, I'm walking around, drinking coffee, philosophizing. And for me, what that means is almost everything becomes a game. Everything becomes interesting, everything becomes enjoyable. So actually, even it's so funny, even with COVID, right? I think as a consequence, I'm actually a lot happier. I'm happier in the sense that I'm walking more, I'm thinking more locally, I'm making more videos. I'm actually talking to more strangers too. Like, now that in some ways there's fewer people on the streets, everyone's actually a little bit more friendly with one another, which means, you know, I'm talking to a lot of construction workers, janitors, or just random people on the street. Throw up the peace sign, or the thumbs up, or just wave and say hello. So yeah, this brave new world of ours, I would encourage you to use this opportunity to think more about your own personal life dreams and stuff like that. Don't worry so much about money and stuff like that, blah blah. It's kind of it's a trap, right? Imagine like you're a billionaire in memento mori. Once you consider that you will die, then that means that, I mean, it seems like the logical thing one should do is live your life in accordance to what brings you the most joy and personal thriving. For me, it's making art, it's philosophizing, making photos, making videos, blogging, vlogging, whatever. I don't know what the answer is for you, but I really want you to think, you know, just do the thought experiment, right? Let's assume there's no life after death, and the idea that the soul is mortal, which means once you're dead, your soul also dies. Then how are you gonna live your life the day to day and thrive and be maximally joyful and happy? And also, I think the secret is physiology. Like, to just think if it's a mental thing is kind of fallacious. I think we also need to realize and recognize, without the physiological thriving of the body, I don't think that the mind could really thrive either. Like, I mean, this is kind of sad to say, but you know, I think if Alzheimer's or dementia has taught us anything, you know, once you lose your mind, you know, your body could still exist, but you lose your mind, right? But the mind cannot live independently of a body. So all these people who are like, yo, I want to upload my consciousness in the cloud, I'm like, you guys are stupid. Like, this is, and even if that was possible, like, would you even want that? I'm like, nah, dude, don't implant me into some other random person, right? And so, yeah, my personal thoughts is this, you know, even notions of reincarnations. Like, I do believe, you know, burn me, put my ashes under a avocado tree, and then maybe my future descendants will eat those delicious avocados, and then my skin and flesh and bones and protein fibers could help nourish the planet. Yeah, I believe in like that kind of circle of life, but you know, to think more specifically that, you know, I'll be reincarnated in another body, I think this is kind of not a good idea, because it prevents you from living your today and this life to the maximum. So don't think about a beyond life, think about this life and thrive to the maximum.